Oh my gosh guys, let's talk about Bomin and Jeongmyung. Their relationship has been surrounded by breakup rumors for so long, and episode 11 just turned everything upside down. Fans have been speculating they've both been seen with other people, but after the release of episode 11, Jeongmyung made a bold statement on her Instagram that completely shifted the narrative. I'll get to the Instagram drama in a minute, but first, let's talk about Jeongmyung's visit to Bomin's hometown. It was everything. From the moment they reunited at the train station, I was grinning like a fool. Bomin greeted her with a hug that felt so natural and warm. It really set the tone for how much he's grown emotionally. He told her, "I told you not to look so pretty, OMG." He was all about making her feel loved and cherished, which, let's be honest, wasn't always his strong suit, since he had personally confessed that he wasn't particularly good with PDA. I think her bringing up her concerns in the last episode worked wonders. His open display of care and affection was just pure sweetness. And can we talk about the watermelon scene? Bomin brought it out, knowing she'd been craving it, and the first thing she did was feed him a piece before eating any herself. Like, these two were bonding over watermelon, and it was just so pure and simply adorable. They're starting to feel less like a TV couple, and more like two people who really enjoy each other's company. Then there was the whole discussion about what to call each other in front of his dad. When Jeongmyung asked what pet name they should use, the look on Jeongmyung's face when he said Nuna had me dying, lol. But then, he casually suggested, "I think I can still call you Jeongmyung, but if not, how about honey?" And I swear her face lit up like a Christmas tree. She was all like, "That sounds good too," and I couldn't stop smiling. It's those little moments that make you root for them so hard. Hey Bomin, I hope you've been calling her honey since then because she seems to really like it. When they arrived at Bomin's dad's place, oh, that was next level heartwarming. He was out working in the fields, which, by the way, felt like such a grounding moment. It was like Bomin was saying, "This is where I come from, and I want you to see it." When they finally met, his dad greeted her with such warmth. He even said, "This is exactly the picture I had imagined," and I nearly melted. Jeongmyung was so thoughtful, telling him, "I really wanted to meet you, father. Bomin looks so much like you." Honestly, I could feel the dad's approval radiating through the screen. There were just so many great moments during this meet. The farm tour was such a highlight for me. Bomin's dad showed her raspberries, blueberries, and even a cherry tree. Jeongmyung was over the moon, saying, "Everything I like is here," which what dad wouldn't love hearing that? And when she tried a cherry tomato after asking, "Can I eat one?" I was like, "Girl, you better eat it with a sweet tongue even if it's bitter, ha ha ha." Trust Jeongmyung, she gave it a huge thumbs up, calling it #1. It was such a sweet little moment. You could tell she wasn't just trying to impress his dad, she was genuinely enjoying herself. She even joked about coming to be a hired farm worker in the fall, after she saw the pear tree Bomin's dad pointed at. She asked him, "How much will you pay me?" I couldn't help but laugh so hard. She's got such an effortless way of making everyone feel comfortable. Then the father gave them some fruits he harvested himself from the farm with some shaved ice. Bomin's dad is just so thoughtful, it's clear he wanted to make her visit extra special. When Bomin asked his dad what he thought of them as a couple, the response melted my heart. "You two are a perfect match, I really like it," he said. That's the ultimate stamp of approval, right? And just when I thought it couldn't get better, Jeongmyung presented him with a calf massage machine. His reaction was super OMG, "Guys, I'm melting as I'm making this video." He told her it was the first gift he'd ever received from a daughter. He called her his daughter, y'all. That was so touching. You could tell that Jeongmyung's thoughtfulness meant the world to him. I kept thinking, okay, this is too much sweetness in one episode. But, before the smile on my face disappeared, Bomin's dad dropped another loving gesture. He gave her a bouquet of hydrangeas that he had already picked and arranged by himself. Jeongmyung was so excited when she received those flowers. I mean, I was excited too just by watching it. I honestly couldn't stop smiling. So she suggested a photo together. She gently placed her hand on his shoulder and smiled so brightly. It just felt so right. You could see how much they were connecting. This whole segment was packed with so much warmth and sincerity. It really felt like a turning point for their relationship. If there were still doubts about how serious they are, this visit definitely cleared things up. They're building something real, and I'm here for it. And then the bee moment was another highlight for me. When a bee flew by after taking pictures, Bomin's dad said, "The bee must have come because Jeongmyung is so beautiful." I was like, okay, his pickup lines are also on point. He's got game for real. Now we know where Bomin got his sweetness from. Even Jeongmyung playfully responded asking if he learned that line from Bomin, ha. What really got me though was when Jeongmyung looked at Bomin's dad and said, "Now I understand." Seeing such a wonderful father makes me think, no wonder Bomin turned out to be such a good person. Like, can you imagine a more perfect thing to say? She absolutely nailed it, and you could see how proud it made him. Then came the deeper conversation. When the dad asked her what she liked about Bomin, her answer was so perfect. She described how he's mature, thoughtful, genuine, and helps balance her out when she's impulsive or emotional, or when she gets overexcited. It's so clear that she sees and appreciates him for who he really is. Then came my best moment. The father then said, "Bomin told me you have children." Then there was a slight pause. At first, I was nervous, wondering what he'll say. But then, this man said, "I'd love to meet them someday." Wow, it just shows how much he respects and loves his son and wants his happiness. Jeongmyung felt relaxed after hearing that, and I love that she became so comfortable enough to talk about her kids. That was such a vulnerable moment. Sharing that her kids had even spoken to Bomin on the phone, and that her daughter liked him. That was such a big deal. This episode should have been titled, "Keeping Up with Jeongmyung," because the way she jumped from one conversation to another was epic. After talking about her kids, she immediately switched to teasing about Bomin's dating experience. She said, "Since I've always lived in the city, I've never done long-distance dating before. And because I got married quite young, I don't have much dating experience, which worries me a bit. But I feel like Bomin might have more dating experience." But his father quickly denied, saying, "No, none at all." Then Jeongmyung playfully joked that she tried to test Bomin's dad, but he didn't fall for it. I laughed so hard. Just imagine how comfortable she's gotten to be able to tease his dad like that. Seriously, if my father-in-law isn't sweet like Bomin's dad, then I don't want his son, ha. She commented about telling Bomin he was the most handsome guy in Cheongdam-dong, lol. She also added that Bomin isn't the kind of guy you'd easily find anywhere. Her comment made the father smile broadly as he said, "That makes me happy too." Then Bomin responded saying, "That's why I told Jeongmyung that she gives me courage and strength." Like, honestly, at this point in the show, I'm wondering how those rumors came about, and if they did break up, then all these sweet moments we're seeing on screen would have been in vain. Bomin's dad's final advice was another iconic moment for me. He told them he's looking forward to their relationship, that he said, "You both should give it a try. It's fate, since you're meant to be, keep in touch often and visit here whenever you want." Then Jeongmyung said she'll visit him in the fall. He was rooting for them from the bottom of his heart. And the way he opened the car door for Jeongmyung at the end. Gentleman vibes all the way. And that hug was just the seal of confirmation that she is accepted as a daughter-in-law if she wants to be, in my opinion. In his final reflection, Bomin's father said, even when others tried to introduce good people to Bomin, he never accepted. But today, seeing Jeongmyung, I'm truly impressed. She's so honest and open. I think she's someone who can genuinely win Bomin's heart. I'm excited for what's ahead, and I hope Jeongmyung stays by Bomin's side. Like ugh, my heart almost exploded, folks. You could just feel how much he was rooting for them. And let's be real, watching the father light up with so much joy makes it impossible not to feel all warm and fuzzy inside. He was clearly so proud of his son and this potential daughter-in-law. Jeongmyung, in her happiness, excitedly said to Bomin, "If I lived closer to father and mother, I'd visit every day." The bouquet Bomin gave me was beautiful, but the hydrangeas father gave me today are even more beautiful. They're the best gift I've ever received. Can we talk about how perfect this moment was? She really knows how to make people feel special. And then Bomin, with that cheeky grin, chimed in, "My dad did it again." I couldn't help but laugh. You could see how proud he was of his dad for totally nailing it with the flowers. It's moments like this that show how much love and connection runs in this family. This whole exchange was just magical, a mix of heartfelt sincerity and lighthearted fun. It's the kind of scene that makes you believe in the power of relationships, family, and finding someone who truly fits into your life. Later, Jeongmyung met Bomin's best friend of 20 years. And guess what? His best friend is a woman, ha ha ha. Where are all those guys who say you can't be friends with the opposite sex with no strings attached, hey? Anyway, Bomin and his friend actually share a very strong bond, so much so that she moved cities to support him through tough times like his divorce. They own a butcher shop in town, and she calls her husband Yomi. Yomi is so special and funny. Those two really match each other, OMG. I'm not gonna lie, I've watched Yomi's scene twice already. It's hilarious. And I love that Jeongmyung handled this with grace, openness, sincerity, and acceptance. She was even extra talkative, greeting Bomin's friend and her husband with genuine love. The interaction felt natural, creating a lovely vibe. So far, everything from this episode felt real and official. I don't think there'll be a major change in the final episode either. However, the rumors that Bomin and Jeongmyung are currently no longer dating has been getting stronger. To clarify, I have never believed these rumors, and I still don't. You'd know this if you've been watching my videos. Although clearly, some of these rumors have been spot on, while many of them haven't been. So as soon as this rumor started picking up again, the plot suddenly shifted, because after the episode aired, Jeongmyung posted a photo of the flowers Bomin's dad gave her on Instagram. This is her IG page. It's on private, but that didn't stop the photos from circulating. So isn't this a statement from Jeongmyung herself to hint at their current status? I don't want to believe it's just a friendly gesture though. It seems she's trying to say, all is well with our relationship. But hey, this is one time I won't permit my imagination to run wild, because there's a lot at stake here in this union. So, if they eventually decide to be together or not, I truly wish them well. I just appreciate the sincerity, love, and maturity they've shown on this show. They really cannot be duplicated. They're too original, and I love them both. Wishing them all the best. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.